Yesterday, the United States Fifth Circuit Court in New Orleans, Louisiana, came out with a truly frightening and cynical decision that threatens to overturn at least the coverage provisions of the Affordable Care Act and perhaps the entire act. The Fifth Circuit ruled that not only is the toothless form of the individual mandate that was left in the Affordable Care Act after the Republicans removed the individual mandate penalty, not only is that vestigial individual mandate unconstitutional, but even in its toothless form, that it potentially invalidates much or all of the rest of the Affordable Care Act. Meanwhile, a few weeks ago, Stanford University came out with the largest and most rigorous study to date of the impact of the Affordable Care Act on saving lives, and found that hundreds of thousands of lives per year are saved because of the coverage expansions in the Affordable Care Act. The plan here for these Fifth Circuit judges is all too clear. They sent this case back to the most extreme, most discredited judge in the United States federal court system, Judge Reed O'Connor in Fort Worth, Texas, to decide how much of the Affordable Care Act survives. Sending it back to him enables them to defer any final decision at the Supreme Court until after the 2020 election. That is not an accident. So there is a plan to remove protections for people with pre-existing conditions, potentially the entire Medicaid expansion, all of the subsidies via premium tax credits and cost-sharing reductions that were created in the Affordable Care Act to make non-employer coverage more affordable. All of that is at grave risk. This isn't about ideology. It's not even really about partisan political calculation, in that Republicans were really hurt politically by their previous efforts to repeal the ACA. This is about spite. This is about a malicious, now almost 10-year-long Republican campaign to undo the achievement of the ACA. And unfortunately, this hyper-partisan, bad faith legal effort has now taken a step forward. The fight to undo this act continues, led by Attorney General of California, Javier Becerra. We will be supporting efforts to move quickly to the Supreme Court to undo this spiteful, cynical, and bad faith legal ruling.